Greetings and welcome to Die Drink and Die presents the Grimstone Chronicles, Season 2, Episode 15. Yes, I am your demon host, Marty, joined by the full Ontario crew. How is everyone doing? Don't answer yet because I have not warmeth thine microphones. There we go.
Are we warm now?
You are warm now, sir. Toasty and warm.
Clearly we are warm now.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our little show.
Where about you?
I don't know why we're talking like this. Not too sure.
Azzy, why'd you leave me behind, Azzy? Because you're slow, that's why, you little...
There
There it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Just digging in the guilt from years ago at the gaming table.
And it's not like the character actually left him behind. It was just one of those story threads that never got picked up.
right?
You know?
It's the whole and why did you do this horrible thing? I had no choice.
I know you're the grasshopper. Stop complaining.
Like in life, you don't get blamed for things that you had no choice.
Sure you do.
And then you get to sit there and go, did I really have a choice? What could I have done different? Yeah.
Every time you're going on the on-ramp to the highway and some jackass ahead of you is stopped, all your choices in this suck. You can hit him. That's not good. You could stop with them and now not be able to merge onto the highway like a jabroni. It's just out there like some dum-dum. You didn't choose this. They chose this for you. And they might have had somebody choose it for them.
Yes, entirely possible.
Yeah. So you did some driving recently on the highway.
I was on the 401 today. Yeah, which is I believe it's the highest flow highway in North America.
I always got the sense driving around on the West Coast that
You have more roads.
we're very aggressive in Ontario with speed.
Yes.
Like, everyone's in a fucking hurry to get everywhere in Ontario.
Well,
I'm not
I
saying
find
people...
I hate driving the 400 series. Hate it.
Yep.
But when I'm down in Ottawa, I don't mind the 4 lanes there.
Well, so Ottawa has a Ottawa has a different police force. Ottawa is like the Ottawa region or the government region there is the Mounties, right?
Okay.
The Mounties.
Mounties on the provincial.
Yes.
Sorry, on the Mounties on the federal.
Mounties on the federal land,
Federal
and then they have So the Highway of Heroes, which is the 416 there, has different police that patrol it than the 401. So when you're on the 401, especially in Toronto, so when you're on the 401, if you're going less than 120, you might get pulled over going, why aren't you speeding by 20? We put a big sign saying, I don't give you a ticket until you're going at least 20 over. We made giant signs that said, you're speeding, you'll give you a $50 speeding ticket for going 120. So you're supposed to go 119. What's wrong with you? A tank of gas is $100 and you're worried about a $50 ticket. Why are you on the highway? And then when you get to Toronto, the speeds creep. The further, like every major sort of section as you get to Toronto, they creep up until you're going about $150, $155 in the middle lane. Like it's to like ridiculous speeds. And then as you get through Toronto, it slows down again because the cops can't pull you over there. There's no safe place to pull a car over.
In Seattle,
No.
It's just people are such bad drivers that you can't achieve those speeds because you're that asshole going in and out of lanes to try to keep that speed, right?
Yeah.
Because people don't understand the if you want to go fast, go in the left-hand lane and, pull over to the right-hand lane. Like, there are signs in highways around here where they actually have to remind you of that rule. And no, you just can't go fast. You can't. And then the roads are poor.
You hear that, Seattle? Marty hates you. I'm kidding.
I don't enjoy driving in Seattle. Is what I'm saying. And it's because of all the other people on the road. So yeah.
No one would mind driving if they're the only person on the road, Marty. This was awesome. Look how fast I'm getting to where I'm going.
Yeah, well, it's just not. It's like, oh, I got a half an hour drive in Northern Ontario. It's like you spend that half an hour driving. In Seattle, it's stop, go, weird lane changes and merges. Like sometimes you're merging onto the highway from the left, and sometimes you're merging onto the highway from the right. Sometimes you're exiting on the left, and sometimes you're exiting on the right. Like it's just like
madness.
It is pure madness. It's fucking madness.
Sounds like Montreal.
It's not so mad that everyone doesn't respect the general rules of the road, though. So I suppose there could be.
It's not like Montreal.
Where it's just your horn is the thing to let other people know that you're there. I'm doing a thing. Oh, funny. Anyways, it's all relative madness. Okay, so driving. We talking about Ontario roads. We probably lost all of our.
Oh, everybody's like,
what the fuck are the Canadians on about again?
So the wide part of the 401 is over 100 meters across. Like, it's a football field wide, like a football field long wide, worth of road with 500,000 cars on it.
All of them trying to get in front of the other ones.
It's generally the game you play, right? Okay, enough about cars. What's going on with Ahmed? Ahmed, what's going on?
Not much, man. I got some sleep.
Yeah. You also have like a starship in your basement, apparently.
Oh yeah. So the boys finished watching the first three, episode 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars. And they're like, yeah, okay, do we have to keep watching? And then they got to episode 4, and I'm like, okay, guys, we gotta, we gotta stop. Like, oh, come on, like, it's a good story. It's 30 or 40 years old, but it's a good story. And they came downstairs and we started building a spaceship. Basically, they're trying to build the Millennium Falcon. Yeah.
Are they doing?
And that's it. Oh yeah. No, they.
The different music. The Dueling Fates is the. Yeah.
Okay, so my son just made this out of Lego for his spaceship. Oh yeah, you go like this, and then you go. You're.
Oh, okay.
You gotta go down. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Here, go ahead and install it in your spaceship. Taking off tomorrow.
Throw the lies we teach.
Open the door and push him out with all his toys. Engage.
It's Star Trek, though.
Doesn't matter, they're children.
They don't care.
I had pizza today. I haven't had pizza in a long time. I still feel warm.
Yeah.
Blood pressure is up there.
That is.
There's a lot of salt in there. Oh boy. Turn slowly.
Don't look up too quickly. Oh, that's funny. Mark, what's going on with you?
Oh, not much. I literally woke up 4 hours ago. So it's not much. I ate. No, it's inarguable. I ate too much last night and have not been hungry since. Woke up and was like, no, I'm going back to bed. I got to sleep off this weight somehow, because I'm sure that's how it works. You sleep weight off. Because you're not eating, right? Because you're not eating, so somehow you're burning calories by breathing.
Yeah, you can lose weight through proper rest.
I believe you. And we'll put that to the test.
Having a proper sleep cycle, yeah, because you're gonna snack more when you're tired.
Yeah. Well, last night we treated ourselves. We went to we got steak from one of the nicer steakhouses in town, and I got a 14-ounce ribeye. My wife got a 7-ounce flat iron steak. She couldn't finish hers, so I had half of hers along with mine.
17-ounce mark, yeah.
Yeah, along with all the mashed potatoes and vegetables.
Oh yes.
And then later, because my wife didn't eat all her food, she was hungry for McNuggets. So I'm like, I'll go get McNuggets. And when I was there, I'm like, I may as well get fries and a burger. So I ate that. And then I had some chips. And then I went, if I eat any more, I'm going to throw up.
First world problems.
And I woke up this morning and I'm like, yep. Or woke up this afternoon and I was like, coffee, yep. Cereal or toast? Nope. we're gonna wait this one out, I think. I'm snacking on some Doritos right now just to keep the energy up, but nothing significant.
I'd like to play middle-aged heroes, where like you take your action, you run up the stairs. Second action, you take a breather.
So there's
Third action, you catch yourself off the wall.
this reminds me of the show Louie. I don't know if you've ever seen it, Mark.
Yeah.
So there's a scene where he and his brother, I guess, are down in the dumps or whatever, and one of them goes bang 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 bang, which is a ritual where they go out to one restaurant, have a full complete meal, and then after they're done, they go to another restaurant and have a full complete meal. So it's like bang bang. So there's a scene where they're like fried chicken and Indian, or like they're trying to decide what the two bang bangs are. So you had steak and McDonald's bang bang.
Yep. Bang bang.
Bang bang.
The sad part is I had the really good meal first and then went to bed with the taste of McDonald's in my mouth.
Bang bang. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
We gotta
Anyway,
try
that was my day.
So since we play game at work, or since we play game on Thursday, I watched Thursday evening to wind down a hockey game on Fast Forward, because that's apparently how I watch hockey games now, to cram them in. It's just, oh, there's a goal. I'll watch the goal, and then, oh, there's a goal. I'll watch the goal. Skip through all the announcements and all the period changes and that sort of thing. Then I went to work, and what did I do last night? I watched some movies. Nothing to report. They're all just sort of like, yeah, that's interesting. Mildly okay C grades. And then I got up this morning and started prepping for game. Because that's how just-in-time prep we are at this point. I will catch up when I'm a little bit less busy, but let's go. Quick recap of what happened last game. Last game was called Heroes Don't Come Cheap. Fox named that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn right.
The Steel Rose Expeditionary League returns to Brindle with the rescued captives at Rivenroar. Sunny examines the recovered relics from the Halls of Great Valor and discovers an item of potentially great value and power. Brennos arranges the future squireship of the rescued lad Thogram, crafts a replica relic with a fabrication spell. Barnabus negotiates with the Lord Mayor. Thogram visits his rival, Adroncius, who vows retribution for his destroyed home. There was a scene where they wanted to go and laugh
Fantastic scene.
an NPC whose life they ruined.
Excuse me, whose life we saved.
Got it. That's correct. En route to Overlook, Sunny meets the Druids of Witchcross, the Keepers of Eth, who are willing to share their secrets in exchange for clearing out a cursed village. He remains behind to become an acolyte of Eth. Barnabas shares the discovery, English, of the Goblin battle map with Lord Dverak. Barnabas, Thogram, Slake stay in Overlook with Lord Dverak as host, while Agony, Amadeus, Cog, and Brennos travel to the mountaintop Monastery of the Broken Chain to receive training. All at the expense of Lord Dverak. So I've added the half-axe inn. It's in a nicer part of town, but not where all of the government buildings are. But conveniently, it is just down the hill from the Oakheart Library.
Okay.
I've got a question for. So the party spends a night at the Half-Axe Inn, and at least the monks know where they'll find Barnabas and the others when they come back.
Sure.
Are any other arrangements made to meet up? Like they're gonna walk for a few days and then spend 10 days training at the monastery. Are you coordinating anything different? I don't know if there's communication spells that you're capable of casting. Ahmed is on mute.
Does anybody have any of the sending spells?
Send where?
No, it's so that we can stay in touch with each other. Let us know if you're in trouble. Or if you need us.
I don't have any, so... And I doubt they do.
Have to find a scroll so I can pen it. Damn it.
There's so many Amadeus.
If you were a priest, you could cast it.
Well,
oh, look at me, Eminem. Fuck's sake.
Oh yeah, I do have it. Never mind. Okay, I'll buy the scroll and say I'm penning it for 10th level. I'll find a scroll and pen it later. Brennos, I'll be contacting you. These guys are weird.
All right then. Agony?
No.
We're just going to be in the library or in the inn, right? Are you doing anything else?
Are we doing some crafting?
Which forge are you using?
Well, first thing we need to sell our equipment, so that's what we'll do for the first while. When that's done, then I'll start crafting. If you need some things done, let me know beforehand.
I use a few things.
All right, good.
I'll make you a list. He's got a smirk on his face like it's not going to be a short one.
We'll start. We'll see how much time we have left. When you return, we'll decide how much longer we need, and we'll take it from there.
Brennos grabs Thogram and pulls him close.
What are you doing?
If you really need that sort of spell, I can do it. I don't like her. It's a bad part of self.
No.
Us all do it.
Don't worry about it. I'll find a scroll and I'll pen it myself. It'll be fine.
Okay. Brennos doesn't need to worship Drinka to get a sending spell. Good. That's like a last resort sort of thing.
Darrow.
It's like going to the aunt you hate for a loan. Like, ugh. Damn it, I'm going to have to pay this one.
Oh, look who's back.
Goddess or God of Madness, is that it?
Yep. Madness. Yeah.
Cats is all you send.
Yeah, it's magic,
cats.
Magic and cruelty. Dizranka is madness.
Okay.
He's the betrayer. And he has the dream domain.
It's 20 cats and then all hail the Undying Emperor.
Which is why dwarves work so much, because they hate sleep.
These are the Darrow outcast gods of the Dwarven pantheon. But
yeah, we try not to worship those.
As a pantheon priest, he at least acknowledges their existence.
They exist.
And knows the rights to tap into their power and say the right words and prayers for to receive them.
Yeah.
Of course, Brennos only receives the domain spells this way, but that is still very helpful. Agony is like listening to the conversation. You can tell he's paying attention. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't seem to judge outwardly, but you caught, for whatever reason, that part of the conversation caught his attention.
What are we doing with the gear? What gear's coming with us?
Well, you've divvied a bunch of
which
gear, and then all the stuff that you're going to sell, I think, stays with the people that are staying in Overlook. The markets of
I think so,
Overlook
yeah.
is where you're going to get your money.
So, this platinum sword thing that we've stooshed in the wagon.
Yes?
It's an axe.
It's not stoushed in the wagon. It's in somebody's
It's in
bag
Thogram's
bag of
bag of holding.
Yep.
We really need to identify this bloody thing too. It's not really comfortable carrying it around.
Adam, I think you might need to take a second.
Marty Peter's crazy.
Huh?
I was unmuted for that, so Marty, your beard is crazy. You should shave it.
No.
His response is no.
No, it remains crazy. It is like Samson's. It's Samson's hair. It's my power.
All right. Okay.
It would be out to here if I didn't actually tend to it, you know, like it grows in all directions. Yeah, exactly. There is snipping that happens to make the Viking shape, but all right.
It's projects.
Okay.
All right. Just give me that list whenever you're ready before you leave. Obviously.
Okay. Right now you've got him.
We have
working-
the list.
Yeah, but you've
can-
got him working on Amadeus's bracers. He's not leaving those behind if he's got to travel.
Yeah, the same thing with Brennos' belt. He's going to take his belt.
All right.
And
You can the gloves, however, you can make those from scratch because there's no start.
Yeah, if you have something that's from scratch, that I can work on.
Wait. How long are they going to be fucking gone? It's what? A few day walk there. You're going to train for 10 days and then a few day walk back.
Yeah, so about
20 days or so.
15, 20 days, depends.
Slake spends the next moment out of the conversation as he's counting stuff. We're not going to be done selling this big pile of junk until the last month in spring. That's it's like 5 weeks from now.
Yeah, we should get on it then.
You're going to be back by the time that you're mumbo jumboing around all of your gear that I'm going to eventually break when you die.
No, I'm willing my gear to
But not
the
my
Academy of Magic, so future wizards could make use of it.
Don't worry, that's on my list.
somewhere Sunny's just tut-tutting. Oh, Dee Dee, something feels wrong.
They're going to be back by the time... It's going to take us forever to haggle through all this stuff.
It won't take me that long. He's lying.
Yeah, each of you, I think that the shares were 10,000, so there's at least 80,000 gold pieces worth of... That's 80 days of
It's
selling
2
and
weeks
haggling
from
on.
everybody working together.
3.
Right?
Yep.
From the people that are remaining behind.
Oh, yeah, exactly, because
Yeah.
everybody's there. It's,
Yeah.
you know,
So
it's 2
it'll
weeks
be
worth
worth
of each
it.
share, right?
Yeah.
It's worth it in the end.
Right. Nerd. Warriors go warrior. Slake. Protect our nerds.
Yeah. Nothing fun better fucking happen while you guys are gone off to go bounce around with a bunch of monks.
I solemnly swear not to have fun. Also lying.
Why do I get to stay? He knows the answer. The answer was if the dwarves want to meet with somebody who's, the whole asking for permission to go step on the brick hammers, having proof of some guy who's from the Anvil clan descendant.
He's got the anvil shield now.
Also protecting the nerds.
Protecting the nerds is real important. Although, the one particular nerd's sense of protection, which is teleport away.
That's pretty good protection, yeah.
Well, Slake?
All right. They've probably got good metal here. Dwarves often do.
Best,
What they do.
best metal you'll find anywhere.
Yeah, tomorrow morning I'll help you move your big molds to wherever they need to go.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you, Slag.
An excellent example of dwarf craft there.
I know you need someone strong to help move them, and he glances at Brennos like it's a...
You know, I could help you craft something else. Doesn't have to be magical at all. I really like crafting, well, weapons and armor. So just tell me what you need, and I can work on it with you.
I've made what I need so far. I've made what I
Excellent.
need.
True dwarf.
Oh, and this level of Forsaker, all of his attacks are considered magical for purposes of bypassing damage reduction.
Nice.
And punching ghosts in the peen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
They'll go, ooh.
He also gets to add his Constitution bonus to his natural armor.
Holy crap!
Wow.
That's interesting. There.
Welcome to Cog's world.
With his mutagen and tower shield running, he's got a 40 AC. So that's not bad.
Hey,
Yeah.
he's a pretty tough nut to,
Yep.
Yeah, that's
to whack there.
Yep.
Yeah. So you think it's a power boost.
Yeah, it was a good 10th was a good level for him. It could have happened earlier, but I his Barbarian 2, Brawler 1, Forsaker 3, Juggernaut 2. Like I've spread out
Shoot
his
Yeah.
Right, good luck.
See you in
Good
a
luck
bit.
with the training, lads.
Yeah, good luck with the punching and whatnot.
All right.
Try not to get any paper cuts.
Well, they're fucking awful. They sting.
Yeah,
Eamon
haven't
just
had those in a
sneers
long
at
time.
that.
Brennos, you do know where this place is, don't you? Says Cog.
Yeah,
Which place?
Brennos has trained there before.
The monastery.
I know where the monastery is.
Might have dozed off when you said that.
I know where I am now, and I know where I'm going.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's further up in the Stonehome Mountains. The monastery has probably 40 monks in it. The chief... I don't know how much of the secrets you want to give away to the others, but there is a stone giant warrior that does a lot of the day-to-day training.
We'll find out.
His name is Azus.
Azus?
He's not like other stone giants that tend to be hostile towards the dwarves because of territorial past war reasons, and stone giants live long and have long memories. But Azus is both a monk and a warrior. You have been battered by his Tetsubo many times.
It's got one of them bullshit weapons.
And I'm going to say that the stone giants in this area like
Only 1 in 20 times, Adam. Only 1 in 20 times.
You know how lots of giants have great clubs? No. These stone giants may have had a
Learn how to make
passivization.
real.
They've got Tetsubos.
Oh, freak.
Mark is the reason why.
They all get exotic weapon proficiency.
It's a racial power.
They are now. That, and I found a few actual pictures of like, that's a studded club. Hey, that's a Tetsubo.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Azus is there, and while you have never communed with him, you know that he's observed you. There is a monk that is the Grand Master of the monastery that is revered greatly. The monks would probably die to defend him, and he's like an old man trapped in purple crystal. And you know that the more senior monks actually talk to him and learn things by touching the crystal and communing with him. you've never had the honor of doing that. You've been in the same room as him, and you've felt the presence of something greater whenever he is wheeled out for different ceremonies.
Pull the fucking off.
His name is Grandmaster Iron Tongue, is how you know him.
Okay. All right. Asus and Iron Tongue.
Your brother, and I'm calling it brother. You're an orphan dwarf. One of the dwarves that you grew up with in the Nine Bells also trains there. He's a paladin of Moradin. And his name is. Give me a second. His name's Khalad. And we'll say he's some sort of like monk lawful paladin. There's a type of gray paladin.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Brennos basically tells them we're going this way and nothing else about where we're going.
Yeah. Okay. I just wanted to give you some context of like the people that you know and probably respect, and you respect the stone giant because he is giving you whooping after whooping, and you're looking forward to your next whooping with this hope that you may be strong enough to not
be the one doing the whooping.
Yeah, exactly. And then you've always been curious about talking to Iron Tongue. But when there's like 100 monks that are also curious about it, you're pretty sure they manage like who gets to go and bug the guy in the crystal.
There's some sort of political way of figuring out who gets to be the guy who talks to Iron Tongue.
And then Khalad, you grew up in the streets together and chose somewhat different paths, but both of you made it out of the district of Nine Bells.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Religion being your path. Okay, I'm going to copy Cog, Amadeus, Agony, and Brennos to a map that you cannot see yet.
Such a destructive group. It's in our way. What do we do?
No killing and no tongue thing.
Before we go, Slake and Thogram, are you going to go to the library with Barnabus first before dropping off your... It's right across the street from the inn, the Library of the Oak.
Sure. Why are you going there, Barnabas?
Because that's where I'm going to train.
It's called the Oakheart Library. There is a literal tree, albeit dead, that is at the heart of the library.
It's a library and it's Barnabas.
Thogram, you know that there's a strange snake man that tends to the library. You've met him before. Occasionally you go there when you need lore. You don't go there for very much else. Like you've visited a couple times, but at least you've met the man. You have an invitation for Barnabas to go as a fellow, basically, to the Oakheart Library. In fact, they should be expecting Barnabas's arrival. Was the way that Lord Dverak.
Excellent. I'm going to be training there as well, aren't I?
You could.
Yeah, I'll probably will. So, Barnabas, if you wouldn't mind, I'd like to drop these off first. You might introduce you to some of my fellows, and contacts and all, and then we can head back to the library. It's right across the street. It's not far at all.
The library is across the street. The place where you're supposed to bring your items is halfway across the city.
It's actually halfway across the city. I might have lied.
Do you need more help?
No, I'll be going with Slake. It's just,
Do you need Eamon's help?
Slake's with him, right? Slake helping him carry.
Yeah, Slake is organizing your equipment right now for sale. So
how heavy are the blocks?
600 pounds apiece.
Okay. Can I just cast the what's it called? Floating disc? 2 of those? Or can I only have 1? Floating disc, I can carry 1,000 pounds each.
I will check the spell.
Spell. You create a slightly blah, 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 blah. Disc is 3 feet in diameter and 1 feet, 3 feet in diameter.
It's not very wide. 600 pounds. Big piece of
Yeah, you know what? I'll do it after.
It's not that big, so.
Yeah, let's just go to the library for now. We'll deal with it later.
Okay.
You know what, Barnabas? Let's go together.
Thogram, you know that once you get to the forge where you've brought your plates, they're probably gonna ask you to help install them, and then actually make the first.
It's gonna take a while.
Make the first few bombard cannonballs. You easily can see yourself spending a few days doing this.
Yeah. Let's just go together. I haven't seen the library in a long time.
You're right.
All right. And eventually Sunny will catch up to them in the half-axe inn and probably join them in the library. But for now, let me... The trio, Thogram, Barnabas, and Eamon, arrive at the library. There are some scribes that immediately... Well, they don't immediately recognize Barnabas, but after you introduce yourself, they do say that you were expected and show great difference to you. They ask you to wait in the main chamber, and they tell you basically the rule of the library is to not touch the tree.
Oh, I think I can follow that law, that rule. He's thinking to himself, unless the tree is everywhere.
You walk into the library. This library, Barnabas, rivals that of some of the, not the annex, but one of the main colleges of magic in Kinderholm. There are thousands of books here. This is not like somebody's personal collection. Mm-hmm. This is a collection that has been made by many people over many, many years.
Well, let's hope the content is as impressive as quantity.
The smell of the bindings and the pages, and there is a particular incense that must be used in some of their candles. It's warm, dry, has lots of light coming in. The light is shining down upon this jagged-looking oakish tree. The only thing that appears to be living on the tree is a little bit of fungus or moss here or there. There is not a single leaf left on this tree.
Okie doke.
Its roots look like they've let kind of grow wherever they wanted, and they've made little... there's like a dirt patch where the tree is, but wherever the roots are not running, there are stones filled in around the ground.
All right. Quick question. The architecture, is it dwarven, giant, or a mix?
What's your architecture engineering?
If I take... It's 35 if I take 10. Oh, sorry. Not that much. It'll be 33 if I take 10 because I haven't leveled yet.
There are signs of
34.
possibly giantish flagstones that then have been polished or cut or worn away, and dwarvish designs have taken over. This library is a dwarvishly built building.
Okay.
Wood and stone, mostly stone, but then wood added in for comfort, flexibility, and to make the shelving. The books that are bound here are definitely dwarvish. Most of them appear to be dwarvish crafted. You can tell because they make their books to last.
Okay.
They're not stapled together loose leaf that came off of a printing press. They are, hand bound leather and wood. Maybe even some of the older books they used thin sheets of stone instead of wood. But there are collections here that may range from very old, from other places in the Imperium, or tomes that maybe dwarves brought from their world and have carried here.
Okay.
It doesn't look like there's a lot of dwarves here, though. You'd think with a treasure like this, there would be lots. You didn't get the sense that this place was set up as a public library.
Still, you would think someone would be... he'll ask one of the scribes or whoever's manning the place. Excuse me, where is everyone?
The master librarian will be with you.
Oh, not specifically him. Why are there no one else using the library?
Oh, this library is open for use for all the United Clans.
Where is everyone then?
They visit the library by appointment only.
Oh, so we'll get busier later today? Is that what you're telling me?
No, the library has been cleared of all appointments. You are the primary guest of the library.
Well then, don't I feel important?
Yes.
Is it alright if I just peruse your collection then?
Yes.
Until the master librarian's ready to see me, of course.
Yes, if there are any shelves that are locked, you will require the permission of the master librarian.
Oh, I'm sure we can come to some agreement.
Yes, your stay was arranged by Lord Dverak.
I'm aware and am most grateful. Alright, I'll just keep myself occupied. You go back to your work, and when the master librarian's ready to speak, I will be within.
A table with candles and implements of writing and anything you would need for your researches has been set up already in front of the great tree.
Thank you.
The scribe nods and shuffles off.
Right, Barnabas will go find his table and sort of... so great to not be outside.
Not to be outside. Yet
he hates the outdoors. He hates it.
Yet the dwarves have brought the outside in. Like, weird.
It's better because there's a roof.
The outside is better when it's inside to be examined, and it's dead.
It's dead. Yes. Exactly. Adam gets it.
I love nature under a microscope.
Under a microscope.
In a terrarium.
In a terrarium. Yeah.
All right, Thogram, are you also going in?
You're muted. You got your mute flipped.
You're planning on being here for a while, yes?
Oh, fuck. If they'll give me a cod, I'll never leave.
Not so much.
Shut up.
Thogram's going to go around and start marking the books that he wants to read from.
Okay,
Like anything...
on a piece of paper, you're making notes.
Yeah,
of things that you
yeah.
wanna
I just
look
like,
at.
okay, yes, third eye. Siege weapons. There we go.
Okay. Yeah, you have come here for some treaties on engineering. You know that they exist here. There's a whole section on engineering. There are things that are probably forward-looking in engineering or techniques that only a few eyes have seen.
Yeah, I'll probably be delving into that.
All right, so you Thogram gets lost for the for a little bit in some of the rows and stacks looking for books. Eamon seems to look after looking around. He seems to relax a little bit.
Someone pull the stick from your ass.
I've spent most of my life in a library.
Really?
This is small, but will likely do for your needs.
This is small.
Yes, and much less screaming.
Well, I'm going to have to say I appreciate the much less screaming. I do find it distracting.
Eamon sneers. You think it's a smile?
Yeah, you're popular with the kids. What library was this that you were in?
You know.
Suppose I do. Does it make all those librarians scream?
There were books with bound souls in torment. There were the screams of those outside if you stood near a window. Also, there were chambers where books were made. All
From souls.
He shrugs. People.
Yeah.
Creatures. From all these places I've mentioned, there was screaming.
Remind me again why it is I should want to spend my afterlife there.
Because this is a drop in the bucket of the knowledge that is there.
Your master really needs to work on his, recruiting for sales.
I am already bound to you.
I know, I was there.
I doubt we need to convince you.
I will break that. Get myself an elfstone and never die.
You can't take my soul if I never die. You know what? I've heard worse reasons to become a lich, you know?
Eamon wasn't here to be a recruitment officer. He was bound. He was forced to serve you by.
He was enslaved by an agreement.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, another person actually. Thogram, you did not hear him approach. Have you?
He's that creepy librarian who floats across the floor.
Have you found everything?
This is the guy I know.
Yeah, you've met him before.
Met him before.
Master Thogram.
Yes. Master Seth, how are you? It's been a while.
He nods.
I'm well. I come with a friend of mine, Professor Barnabus.
Ah, yes. From the college.
Yes.
I was told that I should look forward to meeting him.
He's quite knowledgeable. I think you and him will get along quite well.
Knowledge is a factor of memory when you speak of a person being that. And memory is flesh, and flesh is weak, unfallible.
That's true. But having said that, his memory's quite good for this. He is human, so we'll see how long that lasts.
I see you're continuing your studies in ballistics.
I've progressed quite a bit. You should see my cannon shots these days. Quite a hit.
You know you're in the wrong section to continue your true knowledge. There is a section over there on mathematics.
Indeed, perhaps change the diameter of the cannon and the pounds. Where is this section, if you wouldn't mind being so kind to show me where it is?
While some believe that the true language of the multiverse is that of magic, it is actually that of physics. And you can boil physics down to mathematics.
And then it goes into chemistry, and I believe into biology. Yes.
Yes. You should go there.
Excellent.
At least pepper in a bit of theory into your practical books.
They are very well sought after, I must say.
I do hope that you spend Lord Dverak's share of time of the Oakheart Library well.
Yes, we hope to do we have some time to spend, so we'll be doing it here to advance our knowledges.
Yes.
Respectively, of course.
If there's something more particular, aside from self-directed study, do let me know. It would be a pleasure to help you.
Sense motive? Or is he always like this?
He's helpful.
Right on.
In his way.
Thank you.
Do you need a guide down the path to evil?
See this dark hallway? So go this way, Dark Vision Man.
Okay. He actually, like, as he's passing by, he stops you from looking through a book and just simply taps to another one, and then continues on his way towards Barnabas.
Oh. Thank you. Duly noted.
Eamon, you see tense up a little bit as somebody glides into the room, Barnabas. You did not hear any footfalls. Just simply, he glides in and kind of grabs the back of a chair that has no one in it. Spellcraft?
Okay. I have to roll spellcraft. That's one of those skills I roll. Plus 26, I believe it. 38.
Overland flight?
Yep. Barnabas plans on using that too.
Do you plan on using that when your job consists of being in a library?
Yes.
Hey, hours per level.
Pretty high.
Hours per level.
Hours per level.
There is a man that is staring at you that's very pasty, and there's something weird about his nose. You've got knowledge nature, right?
I do. I will take 10, which will give me minus 2.
He spited his face.
42.
All right, and then a perception check.
Okay.
The DC on this one's 50.
Okay, that's gonna be tough. I can't make 50.
Okay.
Unless it, no, even if it's a trap, I can't make 50.
All right, 42. Somehow you think that he is part human, part Nagaji. Like some sort of human Nagaji half-breed.
Hybrid.
Yeah.
Half-breed.
It's probably extremely rare. Like
knowledge nature is that...
Yeah, that's what the knowledge nature revealed.
Okay. I would have thought that to be not something that could happen, but okay.
Well, you're looking at one.
Greetings, Barnabas Darby.
Yes, you were expected. Lord Dverak arranged your stay here. I hope that it is most illuminating. This
As do
collection
I.
is one of the best in all of Volcanica. Unfortunately, I don't have the resources of the Church of Asmodeus as well as the Imperium at my hand, but we have done well with what we were given our budgetary constraints.
Clearly.
Is there anything in particular I could help you with? He glides around the table and kind of grabs the edge of it to stop his anything that you may need help finding.
Sure. You have a section on planar magic, physics, what's not?
Yes, and he looks over your shoulder to Eamon. Yes, we do. The Elsia Vale has been always a hotbed of planar activity. And he's looking at your face. You could tell that he's trying to search to see if you know this.
I'm guessing does he know this? Knowledge history or?
Give me a knowledge history and a knowledge planes.
Knowledge planes, I will take 20. And that will give me a 52.
Okay, and then the knowledge history.
I will take 10, and that will give me a 42.
He's not wrong. The Elsier Vale is believed to have more than its share of like cracks and planar rifts. You suspect there are some treaties that suspect that old volcanic activity plus highly magical beings living in this area may have contributed to this. You think it has something to do with the Fae and then the elves that lived here after the Fae.
Okay.
The Elsier Vale is important. There are probably lots of ley lines and nexus points, and you asked a really general question, so you're getting kind of general answers.
Do you have any maps of the ley lines in the area?
How recent or how old?
As recent as possible.
Our cartography sections are small. The dwarven lords who funded this place seem to be very possessive of their maps. You see, they've lost some things here. But I can find a collection of books. You may find references to places of interest. It would help me more if you were more specific. I understand you're going to be here for a month.
Give or take, yeah. Tell you what, why don't you show me what you believe to be your most impressive store of knowledge, regardless of subject, preferably magic.
The point of a library is to be a storehouse for knowledge, for the flesh is weak, and the mind remembers what it wants to.
It's not entirely true, but...
In my observance of living creatures, it is. I shall gather some general topics and interesting treaties that I am aware of about planar magics and start to stack them here.
Thank you.
Basically, he's going to help you with your bardic training as opposed to answering a specific question.
Yeah, he's not. Barnabas isn't asking him about specific questions.
Okay.
Because he also knows that this guy doesn't work for him. He works for another dude.
Well, no, he works for all the dwarvish clans. This is a dwarven timeshare library.
That's one way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah, but he does not want to share any information with this guy because he likes sharing information.
Yeah, and you realize that they're probably going to catalog what you look at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he'll.
Which is interesting. All right, so Barnabas, it sounds like you're going to do your training. Are there any specific questions that you're trying to answer through research?
Oh, Mark wasn't ready for this.
All right, I can ask the question later.
Yeah, ask the question later. Cause,
okay. Apparently, you're just gathering books to fill in knowledge gaps to help you yourself level.
What was the castle we're supposed to find with where the dragon loot is?
It was referred to once in that the coded ledger as the castle in the swamp.
Castle in the swamp, yeah. So we'd be looking for local legends and history.
Yep. Get on a geographer. That's what you're paid for.
Yeah, yeah. The knowledge. One of the knowledges he has one rank in.
And that's what you bring to the table. It's crucial.
It's crucial, yeah.
Okay, research castle in swamp. Yeah, if you don't have a map, if the dwarves kept records, there might be some reference somewhere.
Yep.
To a castle being built and then falling out of use.
Because Barnabas is down with collecting dragon loot.
Nice. All right. That's what I wanted to know. What the, as Adam called earlier, the nerds were up to. Because they found Nerdvana.
Nerdvana.
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
Check out that library.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome with the tree and everything.
Although paper cuts aren't the most hazardous thing in there, it's falling your ass off. Like, it's pretty high with books and some of those shelves.
Yeah,
that shit ain't regulation. Like, it's off the top
Barnabas was in a coma for a week. A book fell off the top shelf, hit him in the head. He was damn it, Thogram, be more careful. You know what? If I was a librarian in this library, I would definitely have Overland Flight on all day.
Oh yeah, you look at this, and yeah, it's a very practical spell.
Yeah. No ladders, no stairs, just
get that book.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, not these books.
No,
that one.
There, yeah. Tell me what your plan is for getting that book safely.
Because this is the height of whatever the creature thing is, right? It's
Yep.
It's 2 stories up when you're 6 stories up.
Better hope that ladder's sturdy, because if you tilt back.
Right. Brennos, Agony, Cog, Amadeus, you spend several days on foot climbing through the mountains. We'll figure out exactly how much time later. There's not really a time crunch at this point in time, so it's a short few-day walk at max.
Okay.
Are there any key conversations or interactions while the 3 monk types and Brennos are walking up through the mountains? It is a slightly more slender dwarvish road, but a large wagon could easily make its way up through these mountains. But there are those precarious no railing kind of like mountain views and drop offs every once in a while as the road is cut literally into the mountainside. It is spring, so aside from a bit of rain and wind, like it's not so hazardous that if you're not doing anything stupid, then you'll be able to make it there without problems.
Yep. Right. I cannot stress this enough. So just one more time. No tonguing. No killing.
We already told you, fine.
Right.
All right.
Yes, we're coming to train. We know.
You don't even have a tongue. Wasn't talking to you.
But I assume they're killing, but I'm quite lethal, Look at me. Huh? His arm goes. Come on. A bit of respect.
You're very impressive with your.
I made these two myself.
What do we expect to find there?
Dwarves, priests. If we're lucky, there'll be a giant that'll beat all of our asses for a few days.
Really?
You don't seem like a monk.
Well, maybe that's why they beat my ass. Azus, if we will likely be the one who trains us. Stone giant.
A stone giant in a dwarven monastery. That's interesting.
Good to train. Good for dwarves to train against. We like to hop around. Teach you to hop
No,
around.
I'm sure he's an excellent training partner.
The Monastery of the Sundered Chain is willing to train people of a wide variety of faiths, while the dwarven faith is the heart of the place. A wide variety of monks and religious warriors of many faiths that are at least compatible with the Imperium and the Lords of the Elseer Vale have come to train here. So it's not a
the rules
dwarf
are pretty specific on the not just dwarves there. Don't be expecting it to be all dwarves. There'll be others. Like there'll be more others.
No, that is good. It's good to have a wide variety of training partners.
Yeah. Best not to forget that you can punch up this high instead of just this high.
Some of them will be taller, like the giant. Jump kick him, perhaps. That'll be fun. Unless he catches me, that's not going to be fun.
See, there's this thing about the axe point. And Brennos is sort of like, when I cut across, your wobbly bits are pretty much the first thing getting struck. So,
Good point.
advantages.
I'll probably move them then.
Well, you don't even got wobbly bits. Nothing wobbles.
So
I can make some.
you've trained here before then, Brennos.
Aye. Many years here. Good memories.
If I was looking for an especially brutal training regiment, who would I speak to?
Well, if Azus isn't enough for you, then we'll have to find someone who's more painful.
We will put him to the test.
The last time I was...
I'll have to see if there's a rule about ropes.
Nice.
Is there any way
fighting?
Is there a place, it's dwarven, is there a forge or anything there?
Yep.
I also... What you looking to have made?
I haven't had a chance to spend any of my money.
People will take your coin. Here's a temple of warriors.
Yeah, there is a forge. You walk down some steps at the back of the temple. Like, you kind of go through the mountain, and at the back of the temple, there is a dwarven forge. And it's not like a hut with a fire in it. It's like a place built to last, full of dwarvish art, and it's a religious forge. You'll probably have to get permission to go down there, but you know that there are people that can make things there.
We could probably get something commissioned for you there. What you looking for?
I'm told that I can do better than this for punching. He's kind of fingering his amulet. Hand wraps can be made and enchanted. It's on the list, Marty.
Hand
Simple
wraps.
weapons. I saw it.
Yeah, it would be your hand wraps or your amulet.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I could use my amulet for my tongue, because the hand wraps are only good for unarmed strikes, not natural attacks.
Interesting.
Alright, it's a monastery. They make weapons. That sounds like a weapon to me. Leather bit to go around your knuckles, hold them in place. Sure, probably.
Maybe some coins or something on that. Spikes for pain.
You mean you want the spikes to go out or in or both?
Both.
How are they about the mixture of magic and fighting?
Brennos blinks and then
Have you fucking seen him?
they've never given me trouble about it. They train priests and paladins and inquisitors and others. I'm assuming there's been at least one arcane jackass that's gone through.
Oh yeah, it's probably not the most common thing, but yeah,
You can punch and you can cast a spell to make you punch better. There you go.
Because they've trained a variety of peoples, they also are flexible to make training regimens that are specific to the individual and their talents. It's why Lord Dverak is sending you here.
So it might be a misconception here. This is a place that makes warriors. It doesn't make dwarf warriors. It's dwarves who will make you a warrior. Make sense?
Like you're gonna make a warrior of that boy?
Aye. If that's his path.
Then one last question. What about constructs? Am I going to have an issue? Well, clockwork specifically, but...
You're an elf, right?
Ish.
That's not what people see first.
Well, we'll just have to convince them you're an elf then.
Can
And
stick
if
on longer
they got a
ears,
problem
that's
with
fine.
it, then you're the Lord's property, and the Lord's property needs training. That's what they're being paid for.
No one's property.
I'm sure there'll
Well,
be.
if it comes to it, you're the Lord's property, and the Lord property needs training.
I'm sure they'll be impressed of you, Cog, once you start bouncing around.
I do that sound with my mouth, you know that, right? I'm actually quite silent if I need to be. Sounds more interesting and more impressive.
Why doesn't the hat come off?
This thing. Try to hit me with an arrow, we'll see.
Right, but the axe, it's all effectively a head.
It's reflective. Look, it's reflective. Turn my head this way.
Wait a second.
His head turns like 90 degrees.
Is your head?
Not
Or
really.
is it just a thingy?
Just a thing. I can replace my head if I wanted to. It would be tricky because I need my head to replace my head. So taking it off and it's doable.
Could you put eyes in your chest?
So Brennos has decided now that the way
possibly,
you
yeah.
fight a construct like this is you cut all the limbs off and let it wobble around. Like, just destroy all of its weapons and shrug. Like,
It's a bad day for Cog if his head comes off. We've seen it
Yes.
almost come off.
We've put them back together before.
Yes, I can come back together. It's just
And others like him.
there's more of them.
Yes. Cog built one.
Oh, he made himself a friend. Brennos smiles with like the socially awkward, like, I'm pretty certain I made a funny.
yes, and her body was destroyed and her soul was taken. Bet you feel like an asshole now, don't you?
Don't
It's
tell
all
me
right.
you feel like
When we find
it
the
would
one
have
who
been
have done
funny if it did happen.
when we find the ones who've done this, the things I will do will not be pleasurable to them.
One would hope so.
Yes. I don't know soul magic, but I sure hope one of you will at that point.
Same wizard or same wizard family who created Cog, created Slake. Or we think.
Yes.
Right, well, we're on that same path of a vengeance.
Revenge is a powerful motivator.
Blood will be spilled.
I look forward to capturing their things.
We should consider something beyond death for punishment.
No, I would like to. I'm thinking of entrapping the souls into something that's just eternally painful. I'm just not sure what it is. If we can do the same thing, put them in this crystal and do it, something like the way they've put me together, but in a torturous way, this would be funny.
Are you still an elf under all that metal?
Yes.
How do you know?
He literally has the soul of an elf.
You heard me speak?
And would an elf talk about eternal prisons of gemstone prickly things?
Generally, no. But that's what they've done to us, and a taste of their own medicine is required.
Well, how do you know if they've done too much?
Sorry, what?
How would you know if they've done too much?
You're saying when would it stop?
No, if they take too much from you, if they take everything from you, how are you still you? If they've taken your beard, how are you still you?
I don't think he knows.
What you're saying? You're saying what makes an elf? It's your spirit. It's just your spirit. It could be reincarnated into a dwarf. Would I then become a dwarf or an elf? It's a good question. Perhaps you can ask that of the more wizened men, or dwarves or elves.
I don't want to be either.
Nobody wants to change, but he asked the question.
Some of us might.
Am I still an elf? The soul that resides within this crystal came from a body of an elf.
We know
Souls don't make the being. There's more to you than just your soul.
we know a druid. We could kill you and bring you to Sunny.
I heard the rumblings about people not coming back, not taking that risk.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Knowledge religion, because we don't know about people not coming back. And
Sure,
religion's important, and I kill things a lot.
give me a thought there, Brennos.
Have Brennos have a thought. All right, Brennos, put your hat on. Time to think. You suck at thinking, Brennos. All right.
Yeah.
I'm having a thinking.
I
now.
axe.
25.
The punching party's having a think on it.
There are stories where people have not come back when those spells have been cast. You don't know the whys of it.
The whys.
For Brennos, it's
People
generally
choose not to come
it's
back.
generally a good idea to stay alive if you still got shit to do.
Yeah. Don't die is the.
Don't die is still the goal. Is still the
Yeah.
goal. Soul magic and the realm of the gods and who claims your soul and whether your soul's available or if you've gone at peace to your afterlife.
Complex.
There's all sorts of things, and then you wander into the territory of undead and magic and soul stealing and elves with stones, and there's lots of reasons why having your soul disconnected from your body it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing unless you're ready to go.
We'll have this conversation again once you've had your vengeance and see if that brings any of you back.
We'll see. I'm really doing this to find my kin and my brothers and sisters who are still being experimented on. So,
And that sounds like an elf.
a pissed off elf, but yes, an elf.
It also sounds like people who have the money to experiment on elf stones, well, have a lot of money.
We will get you wealthy, Dragon Man.
We'll all get wealthy.
yeah, Agony has bonded with Amadeus over greed.
so since he doesn't have no wobbly bits, you can see his wobbly bits. Where are your wobbly bits? Do they wobble? Or are they like a lizard with a flappy thing?
They're tucked away, if you must know.
Flappy thing.
You are too interested in this. Seriously. Why don't you know where my potions are? That is more useful.
Agony with like the knife or whatever he was using to stab some meat and put it in his mouth kind of pokes at your groin. They're much less easy to cut off in battle.
I didn't say it was bad to have a flappy thing.
A much more intelligent design is what he says, and he leaves it at that.
Retractable.
About overcoming
yes.
your shortcomings.
Retractable. That's a good idea. Well, who knows how much money we're gonna make? I might have some extra.
All right, seems to be the tenor of the campside humor.
And we'll stop it because Twitch doesn't like this shit.
And we're gonna zoom out. We'll say that was the evening banter right before you reach the monastery grounds. As you're walking along the monastery road, there's a concerning amount of smoke coming from the horizon.
Is this expected, Brennos?
Smoke in Dwarvish lands, normal. Forge. That ain't no fucking forge I've ever seen.
Let's run then.
Last thing we saw like this would have been the other city that was like burning.
Yep.
All right. Let's cast the log strider and move faster towards the.
Okay, so I've put you on the map, and from this distance, you can see the big dome at the edge of a mountainside for the monastery, the Sundered Chain. There is a stone wall and metal doors that can bar approach, but it appears that one door is rent asunder. You notice that there are a bunch of bodies littering the front. There are fires, as it looks like several hobgoblins are putting other hobgoblins onto a pyre.
Fucking goblins.
And
Let's do it.
It looks like a pitched battle has happened here, and maybe even the distant sound of fighting still going on.
How fast can you all move?
Are there any goblins that I know about that were in the temple?
No. Due to
Kill them all.
If they're good, that's basically what the order's going to be, or the direction.
Okay. You are seeing tracks along the road that seem to kind of jut out from like a slender valley, like a mountainous valley. There are small foot trails and things that wind through the mountains, but you're seeing that, I don't know, maybe 100 or more human, medium-sized goblinoids mixed in with very large tracks, just gathered outside the monastery within the last 24 hours.
Giants or Oni or something, and a bunch of goblins.
Your survival's 22, right? Yeah. You looked around. You're like an army came through here.
An army. We're casting spells and moving towards the noise of horrible things happening to friends.
Okay.
2, 3,
Show
4,
me
5,
the
6.
rate at which you approach.
Who is the slowest?
Brennos has a move speed of 50.
As does Amadeus.
Agony moves at 30.
Cast a fly spell, dude. Come on, keep up.
You could also do expeditious retreat. I don't know if you guys.
There
want
you
to
go.
fly.
Yeah,
If
that'll
you throw an
do it.
expeditious retreat on,
Okay.
we're going,
Can I do potions while we're doing this?
he's
Or
got a billion. I think we're probably going to cast some buffs along the road.
I need about 3 rounds.
So we'll go
3, 4, 5, 6.
like 3 moves. The 3 single moves with 3 spells being cast.
That sounds appropriate. And yeah, Agony does have Expeditious Retreat as a sorcerer spell, so he casts Expeditious Retreat, Mage Armor that morning, Shield, and I'm going to start putting this on token.
I moved us 150 feet closer for the 3 rounds.
How many drinks are we?
3.
3 spells.
3 spells.
And I was praying for travel and luck this day. Forgotten.
The slowest is a 50.
Agony is at 60 right now.
So the slowest is 50.
Yeah, I moved us all like we were moving together. We could move separately if you wanted.
Yeah, I'm gonna take 2 more rounds to drink, and I can catch up to you guys. Your 3 actions is my 2 actions.
Be right back.
You move at 3 actions is 150, and for me it's 140.
So Cog's 10 feet behind.
Yeah, I'm gonna drink another 2 potions.
All right. When you get to this area, you see some of the goblin or hobgoblins that are rooting around outside are kind of pointing down the road. Some of them might actually be up along the walls and like keeping a lookout. And these 4 people walking down the road casting spells was seen.
Yeah, we're not yelling, but we're not.
The 2 hobgoblins that were out dragging hobgoblin bodies around, or maybe looting the battlefield, kind of go running this 4th round into the Monastery of the Sundered Chain. You can hear a lot of like growls and talking from the hobgoblins, and a horn is blown, and then it sounds like hobgoblins are, like a significant number of them are now getting up. 4th round. There's a lot of movement and activity on the other side of the wall.
I have another 2 spells I'd like to cast.
Okay.
So I don't know if other people want to break ranks, or we want to move together still for.
No, let's
round?
let's do 1 round at a time. Okay. So Agony will move forward 60 and cast another spell. He's going to cast See Invis.
Yeah, Brennos has that up already. Brennos is moving forward and is casting Keen Edge.
So I just cast another spell on myself. See Invis.
Amadeus? Mark?
Oh. He only has potions, so he saves them for when he knows he needs them. So he hasn't done anything.
Oh, okay. So you can move.
Yeah.
Does Amadeus have need Mage Armor, Mark?
He could use it.
But... All right. So at the beginning of the day, Agony casts Mage Armor on.
Oh, cool.
If you need potions, I can give you long arms and shield.
He doesn't ask for things.
Okay, but you can't. So I would have given you 1 of each. Going forward, you're getting 1 of each from me.
Okay, but he's still not using it till he knows he needs it.
Right.
All right. So that's with
Amadeus.
Okay. You can hear some hobgoblins.
And if you wanted to give him a potion that he would really want, see invisibility.
Yeah, those are more expensive ones.
Yeah, I figured.
Standing amidst the bodies of past and recent battle, a group of hobgoblins has formed a troop. Just outside the monastery gates, you also see that 2 other troops of hobgoblins have taken to the walls. Now they are big squares, but troops can take up like
any shape.
So they are. There's a big long line of hobgoblins here and a big long line of hobgoblins there. This one that came out used all of its movement to kind of form and move out of the walls. The ones along the walls are going to fire their volleys.
Are Are we close enough for that?
It's a good question. Nope.
Because I got a feeling fireballs will reach that far. Oh, man, it's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Agony, can you reach them with your magic?
I can.
Then why get hit with arrows?
Because it puts hair on your beard.
Are we afraid of their arrows?
No, but I like to watch them burn.
All right.
So, there's no in-game mechanic for way to say I don't have evasion, you suckers. I am afraid it's gonna suck. I know what this is.
Amadeus has evasion, right? Or did he give up evasion for being all?
No, he's got evasion. He,
Okay.
No, but
he gave up
Brennos beside
improved
them
evasion.
going, I don't have evasion. I can't just dance through these stupid monks.
All right. Sounds like initiative. So if you're gonna start whipping fireballs off.
Nope. Although I could put up the judgment of fast healing and damage reduction, and I think I could just basically laugh at their arrows,
That works.
or we could fireball them and laugh at them. Brennos has a +2 bonus to his initiative compared to before, Marty. Just because of an item.
Okay.
So he's a 10 base initiative. And then he's got heroism, so that he's a temporary +2.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So it is Agony. Agony will cast a fireball. He's not going to use his.
Just give him a light roasting.
Yeah, he's not going to use his rod. He will. He will cast it from the Staff of Dark Flame. Using 2 charges from that, so he takes out a staff and sends this tiny little ball of flame that bursts into a big orange ball, roasting the hobgoblin troop that has come out to meet you in defiance in a place where they do not belong.
Enjoy!
Alright, Agony's DC on his fireballs is 21. The troop. We were having fun with troops, Fox. Thanks for suggesting that. Fails its save. And...
So sad.
So sad.
I'm going to say that this battle at the monastery is part of your training for level. So you guys can be 10th level in this fight.
Cool.
Cool.
That saves me making so many recalculations.
Yep.
There's more than a couple.
Alright, so 10d6 plus 10 is Agony's fireball. For 43, it takes another 50%. So 64. The troop suffers heavy casualties, and it looks like they no longer want to be standing outside.
Out in the middle of this road?
Yes. Brennos, you're next. Oh, and Agony will move up. He does not appear to be afraid to... No, sorry, he had to take out the staff. Never mind.
Brennos will move forward, and I don't think we want to dimension door yet. So we're going to move forward and cast a divine favor for some extra damage.
Okay.
Where all the pain starts.
Okay.
There must be a spellcaster amongst the troops, because you do see flashes of magic along the walls. Mm-hmm. And this troop is healed 10 damage.
Blasphemers.
Amadeus.
Mark? Hello?
Yeah, he's running. Amadeus is running by. As he's running by, he's like, "This is why Slate complains."
I forgot I had dimensional doom.
You asshole!
All right, the hunchback of
I'm so
Strangled.
confused.
What'd you call him? Hunchback of Torture Dam or something?
Torture Dam. I was gonna say Hunchback of Volcanica, but you're not that renowned yet. The Hunchback of Foundry is probably probably good enough. You go running forward. The hobgoblins are too busy with being blown up by the fireball to really concern themselves with Amadeus right this second. Although one hobgoblin that didn't seem to be part of the roasting does point forward and they're charging, or you imagine he says in Goblin if you can't speak Goblin. Thogram, not here. Why am I rolling initiative for him? Oh, because that should be Cog. Whoops. Cog, if you rolled a
That should be
1.
Cog, and initiative is actually 6. But that's fine.
Your dex dropped.
No, I had the initiative.
No, change that. Your Cog's down below. I'm just gonna.
Oh, okay, got it. Sure. So Thogram's a sank. No, Cog had an item that gave him initiative, a bonus initiative, and Brennos now has it. So Cog's is a 7.
Okay.
Cog, where are you?
Cog, go ahead.
Yep. Cog's drinking fly.
You are.
He's catching up to you guys.
You're at the same pip as Amadeus.
Yep. So Cog's drinking a fly, and then I move at
60.
140.
Okay. The hobgoblin troop, as they're retreating,
Eyes run.
As they're retreating back into the building, are
Drink a spell and then move 140.
Oh, 70 back. Yeah. Sorry.
as they're retreating, they are firing arrows at Amadeus.
Okay.
They do 2d8 points of damage and a reflex save.
Okay.
Arrows are being loosed towards Amadeus. He's going to flee from the fireballs from Agony. This guy must be mad.
29.
You dodge the arrows as you see their flight path, and then the troop retreats. Just out of view. I did describe one of these doors is busted open, so this door is actually lying like that, flat on the ground. The other hobgoblin troops are readying volleys. Agony. Agony is going to move forward. He's moving at 60. Can someone move him forward 3 times?
Sure.
Just out of range for the ones along the walls.
Safe.
Alright, after Agony, it's Brennos.
He doesn't know.
105. They're just out of range for Brennos. Brennos, there's a lot.
I thought I was walking into range, so
there's at least 60 bows with arrows at the ready.
you can hear the sound of bows, like the wood cracking.
Yeah. Hobgoblins, okay. Cog?
Cog's gonna sprint up.
All right,
There
they fire at Cog. There are 2 readied volleys for 5 damage and
Brennos' eyes
Bring
go
it
wide
on!
as he's missing the hot potato. It's
15
like,
damage.
What's the evasion on that?
The DC is 16.
Okay.
15
how
on
many-
the second one. Oh,
How many do you need?
2.
Okay.
Although I think they're allowed to fire 2 lines each.
Yeah, I evade. I evade like a man. Or
Okay.
construct,
A robot.
actually.
Yeah, and
Robot.
then the other volley to the right is 10 damage and 5 damage.
So another 2.
Yep.
2.
If you were just a dude.
You were say a barbarian inquisitor just getting shot full of holes.
Yep. You do see him. He's like running off to the side and making non-standard charge movements and hopping and rolling. A couple of arrows get angled down towards his helmet. And
This
kick
is
off
what
of
the
him.
hat's for!
I might be partly impressed by the hat.
Once he starts
He's running-
jumping around, Amadeus.
Amadeus, move.
Okay, you at that point you're passing through where it looks like a small group of monks, maybe about 6 in total, might have been caught outside the walls for whatever reason, and you can see that their pinkish dead bodies are much different looking than the 20 or so hobgoblins that look like they've died outside of this area. You can't help but notice that some of the dead monks on the outside of the walls have had their heads completely caved in.
Okay. Can you tell by like a weapon?
They're just
like club or sword, or
they were just
they're
crushed. You'd have to spend actions to like
Hey, okay, it's not
think
doing
further
that
about
right
that.
now, yeah.
All right, so using the closed door as cover, you can hear a bunch of wounded and yelping hobgoblins on the other side.
He's got a little bit more movement. He's just gonna move to
Yeah,
exactly use
intricate patterns along the iron door. You can see the other one might have been pounded open. You recognize great blunt force breaking metal things. You've been around Slake long enough, and probably have bashed some metal yourself. The doors, Amadeus, as you were sort of running, you caught a glimpse. The doors to this particular temple structure are open. There might be more hobgoblins or things inside. It does look like the signs of battle. Dead dwarven bodies might also be on the inside paths to this particular monastery. I think these little stars are actually statues of dwarves.
Okay.
So there's like a massive garden of
This
statues.
field of
Yep.
dwarves.
There's
Statues.
dwarf warrior things everywhere.
Yep.
Awesome.
Made out of
Awesome.
stone because,
Dwarf.
they're carved from stone. The little stout dwarven warriors.
This entire thing was actually a mountain, and they just carved the whole thing out.
They just kind of carved it away. Neat.
The dwarvish way.
All right, Hobgoblin Troop. Those last volleys were their readied actions, so
Looks like Amadeus has cover from 2 of them.
Yep.
You can't-
Brennos hasn't moved, so I guess more arrows are flying at the metal thing that's running. So there are four volleys.
4 reflex saves. Yeah.
And good.
Okay. That's probably like 120 arrows have been fired.
There is some very angry drill sergeant. Not one of you hit him.
Well, they're some of them are touching him. It's just they're not doing anything because he's deflecting them and moving off to the side. And his big hat. I imagine the big top of a Cog's hat kind of can like
it wobbles a bit.
condense and move in a little bit. So he is able to use that to great effect.
And as he's doing it, he's going, and you know the sound's coming out of his mouth.
Okay. The Hobgoblin troop does pour out of the walls a little bit to attack Amadeus. There is an AOO, Amadeus. Do you have reach right now?
I can't hear you, Mark, but
Sorry, I don't have reach.
Okay, so there's no AOO then. They kind of pour out of the walls,
Okay,
part
they
of the
just go to
walls.
there. I thought they were gonna
No.
crawl over me.
And
No,
they
they're
end
not.
their movement there. So they're stabbing with their forchards and throwing javelins and with their swords, and you manage to take 12 damage from non-magical normal weapon sources.
Okay.
The verb manage in that sentence.
As if I was attempting that somehow.
You succeeded. You got 12 damage.
They manage to deliver 12 damage.
It's the take a piece.
Yep.
Hey, I'll ask my turn.
Okay, and then the other groups had done their volleys, and then they leave the tops of the walls. Like they all there's a commanding bark from either side, and all the hobgoblins are much more than eager to leave to leave the battlements, as
They're
apparently
not being super effective, and there's a guy who throws fireballs out there.
yeah. Top of the round 3, Agony. Agony is going to run up and help Amadeus. So single move to there with a pole arm, and his long arms running can't quite hit them, so he has to double move into position. He will stop there. He's got a single action left. Okay. Do I want to combine a spell? No. I just want to hit. You know, I am going to combine a spell. Because a swipe from the polearm and a burning hand sounds like a fun combination against a bunch of troops.
Yeah.
So he can do a spell combat at a -2 as a single action. He still has that stupid staff in his hand, so he had to drop his dark staff where he started his movement. Yep. Or he could drop it there. No, he'll run up, drop it there, put both of it, cast his spell, and then use his attack. So the spell is 5d4 plus 10. I think I should have added more damage to his fireball. Yeah, it's 10d6 plus 20 for Agony. He does 25 damage with the burning hands.
Hey, it's my burning hands. Isn't that more than max? Don't worry about it.
Roasting a bunch of hobgoblins that were brave enough or not injured by the fireball to come running out of the walls again. Let's tick off that first little spell. And
That was more effective than a maximized empowered burning hands.
Yep. Yes, it was.
the DC of the reflex save is 17, 18, 19. The troop has a +5 reflex save.
Not very jumpy.
They make it. So 12 becomes 18.
Still damn fine for burning hands.
72. The troop has 73 hit points.
They're completely fine.
There's a guy, and then Agony hits the guy with the polearm, smoting the troop. Now, there are some individuals that leave, and I'll put some individual hobgoblins down because there's a chance that you keep them from healing or providing temporary hit points to adjacent hobgoblins. Yeah. Let's see if I have a hobgoblin miniature. Yeah, just some regular hobos. All right, the troop is destroyed. There are some regular hobgoblins. Most of them are probably on the other side of the door. And they may or may not be guarding their caster, which was hiding amongst their ranks. Note that the troop was acting like hit points for the caster.
Because that's what troops do now.
There's some troops with that specific power. That's right.
I was looking at Adam, and then I was also saying in my head, "What have I done?"
Yes, good luck getting to the wizard. Good luck.
What wizard?
What wizard? He's
What
hiding
wizard?
amongst
There's
the
a
troop.
200 hit point troop here.
Brennos.
Well, I believe we're going up the middle is the phrase. So we're going to double move.
You step around the corner amongst a bunch of burning and dying hobgoblins. There are 3 scared hobgoblins and a weird hobgoblin with glowing eyes.
You're in the wrong home. We're going to rage and beat the glowing eye hobgoblin.
I will make a mat out of your beards.
We're going to whack him one, and actually we're going to use our last action to... I feel like we probably are judgy on this day. I'm going to judge him, and then use a free action to use my belt to whack.
Okay.
I'm going to hit him hard. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay. He does have some abjure effect that's making him a little bit fuzzy. Like he's hard to
Well, if the
fix
dice
on.
screw me, I'll be frustrated. That's what's happening. So it is justice and destruction. Sorry, adjusting the bonuses because they all changed. 18, 19.1, 7, 8, 29 plus 28. And this becomes plus 12. And 15, 16, 17, 18, 24, 24, 33. Okay, and I didn't use any banes. That's fine. Alright, El Thwack. AC 42.
Blur.
Oh, I hate you so much.
Yep.
All right, Hobgoblin Warlocks. He's going to step back. Are you still threatening him?
I don't have long arms.
Okay, he is going to use a sleep hex on you.
Go to sleep so we could give you a shave.
He says in Broken Dwarf. Will save is 15.
Okay. With resistance and dwarf and spells and stuff, we are no problem. Not sleepy at all.
Okay. And these warlocks are casting spells to maybe boost the powers of the hobgoblin troops. Like you could see maybe bless spells going off or something. Cog. Who has danced amongst the arrows.
Arrow dancer. You're muted?
You're muted.
Are you muted, Belmont?
Haste for a monk. Alchemist. It's. Can I drink it?
Technically, it just affects you because it's a potion.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do I benefit from it the same round I get it?
Yep.
Okay. I drink it.
Okay, you have one action left and then a haste attack.
And this is I can't get here, right? Or can I get there?
Sure.
Okay, get in there and flurry this gentleman right here.
It's an attack.
Yeah, flurry's an attack.
Is it a action or is it an attack? Like, does your haste attack?
This is my haste attack.
So I don't think it's flurry. I think it's just one punch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just a punch. Stunning fist.
One punch.
Okay. Stunning
Um,
fist the warlock. Sure.
Yep. Okay.
He doesn't like the extendo arm thing.
27.
Maybe. Blur does not help him.
Okay. Right. So this gentleman.
Fort save.
Yeah, there is a fort save for this. It's
Does
DC
11 make it?
is a 20?
11.
11. No, 11 does
Okay.
not make it. The
You scrunch his nose. You break his nose, and he stumbles back, tears streaming from his face.
yeah, good stuff.
He-
All right, let's do some damage to this
He
punk.
drops his little war staff and his
25.
dagger. Oh, that bloodied him.
I would have spotted him into next universe.
25 damage, Bob.
Amadeus.
Okay, Amadeus is going to move in.
Those poor
He'll go-
hobgoblins. We
he'll go
don't
right
care
there.
about their existence at all.
Oh.
Uh,
The spellcasty looking guy needs to be dealt with, I think. So he moves in.
You provoke 2 AOs.
He'll take him.
Okay,
I think it was just one, but yeah.
hobgoblin. Oh, yeah, it's one. A hobgoblin longsword comes in for AC 22.
And he is going to. You know what? He's going to bite the warlock and stunning fist the hobgoblin right in front of him after.
Okay.
Oh, Amadeus. Bite plus 20.
The bite gets through the blur.
AC 26.
Yeah, the stunned warlock is an easy target.
Alright, so 1d20 plus.
Sneak attack? You have any?
Hmm?
You have sneak attack?
No. When did Amadeus ever have sneak attack?
I don't know.
Okay. 43 on the grapple check.
Yeah, you pick up the hobgoblin warlock. He's not very heavy.
With my face, and then I kick the guy in front of me for stunning fist. So, and that's unarmed strike, no weapon focus.
Oh,
or no power attack.
Did your bite do damage?
Oh yeah, sorry, it will do damage.
Because this guy's
got
not
a lot of
doing
hit
well.
points.
No.
Okay.
did, like, a
there was
cure
there was
light,
no
I think.
power attacks, so plus 11.
Okay, your horrible tongue lashes out.
So 17 damage.
Brings us to 41. The hobgoblin warlock is unconscious.
Okay, then we will not hold him, I guess.
Okay.
Actually, no, I will hang on
Wave
to
him
that
around as a
grapple.
Trophy. Yeah.
I will carry him around as a trophy and a shield.
All right. So
You have
you
grapple power. Yeah.
Yeah.
your tongue
And-
has come out all the way, wrapped around his neck, and is like digging in through the side of its face.
Okay, and then he's gonna kick the guy in front of him. Plus 16. AC 28.
Yeah, the hobgoblin warrior was not expecting.
Okay, we'll see if 3d6. Okay, yeah, plus 11. He takes 21 points of damage and has to make a fortitude save DC 21.
He's unconscious, anyways.
Okay.
So
I stunned him!
you roundhouse kick him to the jaw, and he crumples down to the ground. Hobgoblin troops. Well, we've got new targets. None of them are the metal man that is immune to arrows. There's this guy that's manhandling one of our tongue handling one of our warlocks. Yeah, I think the volley is going to come from this side and accidentally hit the hobgoblin to your right, and the volleys will come from this side and accidentally hit the hobgoblin to your left.
Okay.
It looks like, yeah,